Hi, my name's Phil Gardner and welcome to Fun with Boxes. Today I'm taking a look at Faraway, designed by, and I hope I pronounced these names right, Johannes Goupy and Corentin Lebrat, and published by Catch-Up Games and distributed by Hachette Games UK. Beyond the sea of mists lies Alula, a mysterious continent with ever-changing geography, shaped by the rhythm of the seasons. Travel across its lands in search of its secrets, meet its inhabitants, and list its wonders in order to gain more fame than your opponents. Faraway is a card game for 2 to 6 players that plays in around 25 minutes or less. During a game of Faraway, you will play a row of 8 cards in front of you, from left to right. These cards represent the regions you will come across whilst exploring the lands. The characters on these cards will grant you victory points if you later fulfill the conditions that they demand. And here is the big twist. After laying your 8th card, it is the end of the game, and you will walk back through the cards you have played from right to left, scoring them in the opposite order that you placed them. And this is the core of the gameplay. Throughout the game, the cards you play will serve both to set new objectives and to meet ones you played previously. So you have to pay particular attention to what you are playing and what cards you are selecting for future rounds, because you will score them walking back across the cards you played earlier. As the box states, plan your travels ahead, for at the end of the game you will count your points by backtracking from the last card played to the first. So let's take a Fun with Boxes look at what you get in a game of Faraway. Just a quick note about the figures you would have seen in the stop motion video. We had these given to us when we bought the game at the Aircon convention in Harrogate a few weeks ago. These do not normally come with the game, but you do not need them to play the game, but damn, they are nice. Okay, let's look at how you set up the game, and then we will look at how it all works. First, shuffle all 68 region cards and deal out 3 cards to each player face down. Players look at their cards without revealing them to the other players. Place the rest of the region cards face down to form a deck. Then draw cards and lay them face up onto the table equal to the number of players plus 1. Then lastly, shuffle up the 45 Sanctuary cards and place them in a face down deck besides the region deck. Before we look at how the game plays, let's first take a closer look at the cards in Faraway, the region cards and the Sanctuary cards. Each region card represents a biome which is identified by its colour and pattern. Each card will have an expiration duration in the top left hand corner of the card. This shows just how many hours it takes to explore that region, represented by a number ranging from 1 to 68. This circle around it represents daytime and nighttime, which can be important to certain quests. Some cards may give you clues, which are helpful in giving you better access to Sanctuary cards. Over on the top right hand side, you may find certain symbols representing the wonders of the kingdom, the mineral, animal or plant kingdoms. These are useful for quests. Down on the bottom right are the quests that can give you fame at the end of the game. And here is the amount of fame you could win if you manage to meet the quest. And just above this, again on the right hand side of the card, are the requirements of that quest. If a card has requirements like these, then you will need to have previously gathered these in order for the card to be scored. The other cards in the game are Sanctuary cards. These cards can be found while you play the game and may provide you with extra clues and minerals, animals or plants. Some are linked to a region and its colour and count as a region of that type when scoring at the end of the game. Some also come with side quests at the bottom which could earn you extra fame points. Now that we have seen the cards, let's take a look at how the game plays. The game of Faraway lasts for 8 rounds, with each round made up of 3 phases. First we have exploring a region, then finding sanctuaries, and then the last phase, end of exploration. The game ends after the 8th round and the player with the most fame wins. Exploring a region. All players simultaneously choose a card from their hand and place it face down in front of themselves. Then everyone reveals the card they have played and places it to the right of any previously played cards. Finding Sanctuaries. All players who played a card with an expiration duration higher than their previously played card find one sanctuary. Deal each player who has found a sanctuary one card plus one extra card per clue icon on all cards face up in their row, whether on region or sanctuary cards. Obviously, as no one has a card in play on the first round, no one can find sanctuary cards that round, only potentially on future rounds. And here is an example. It's the start of the third round. You have already played a 33 duration card and a 13 duration card on the previous rounds, and now you have played and revealed this card with a 20 duration, which is higher than the previously played card, a 13. This means that you will find a sanctuary this round, but the card you just played has a clue on it, and the first card you played does too. This means you will draw 2 additional sanctuary cards, meaning that you will draw 3 cards in total. End of exploration. During this final phase, players act one after the other, starting with the player who played the lowest duration card this round, then the second lowest, and so on. On your turn, you first choose a region card from those available on the table and add it to your hand to draw back to 3 cards. If you gained any sanctuary cards on the previous phase, you play one and only one into your play area, where you will benefit from its abilities, and then you place the rest of the sanctuary cards back underneath the sanctuary deck, face down. If this is the 8th and last round, you do not take a new card, but you can play sanctuary cards if you gain them in the last phase. If this is not the 8th and last round, you remove the remaining region card and discard it, and then draw as many new region cards face up as there are players +1. Game end. After the 8th round, flip over all your region cards face up, keeping them in the same positions they were in. This will make it easier to score your points. Then reveal your region cards one by one, starting with the rightmost card. That's the last card you played. And then proceed one card at a time, revealing them until you reveal the leftmost card, the first card you played. For each region card, you calculate the fame it gives you, taking into account all other currently face-up region cards and all your sanctuary cards in play. Now you will find out how well you have chosen and laid out your cards. Not as straightforward as you may think. Here's a very simple example. The first card I turn over is a 20-point duration card. It will score if I have this mineral icon on any previous cards. And if I did, it would score 2 points for each nighttime region I have in play. But of course, this is the first card I have turned over, and I have no mineral icons visible on any face-up cards at the moment, so this card will not score anything. The next card I turn over is the 13-point duration card. This has no requirements and will simply score 2 points per mineral icon I have visible on my cards. But, oh no, I should have planned this better. I still have no mineral icons, so this card does not score either. The next card is the 7-point duration card. This has no scoring on it at all, but it does provide me with 2 icons that I can use from this point on, the animal and plant icons. The next card I turn over is the 33-point duration card. This again has no requirements, but it will score 3 points per plant icon, and I have one of those on the previous card. So this card scores me 3 points. Yay, finally some points. I would then move on through the remaining cards, checking and scoring just like this. Once you have scored all your region cards, you then count any fame awarded by any face-up sanctuary cards that you have in play. Note your scores on the handy scorepad as you go along, and the person with the highest fame wins. And in the case of a tie, add up all the duration points in your display, and the person with the lowest total wins. There is an extremely handy scoring types guide included as a play of reference. This is extremely handy for your first few games, but after that, everything should be very intuitive, and you shouldn't really need it after that point. As you can see, this will provide you with 1 point for every visible clue icon on all currently face-up cards. This gives you 4 points for every visible animal icon, this 2 points for every mineral icon, and this 3 points for every plant icon. This for each town coloured card and for each river coloured card, and so on. There is a reminder around some cards requiring certain prerequisites that you have to have visible in order to score the card. And finally, there is a note about Sanctuary cards in that some can give you region colours and act as nighttime cards, etc. The back of the player aid card provides you with a partial fame point scoring example that is a little more detailed than my very basic example earlier. I will go through this now, and then you should have a firm understanding on how to score at the end of the game. The player flips over the first card on the right hand side and reveals a card that gives a mineral icon, and to score it requires an animal icon. But the only icon available at this time is the mineral icon, so this does not score. The next card is flipped over and provides a plant icon. This card has no requirements to be able to score it, so this will score 2 points for each nighttime card, of which there is 1. So the player will score 2 points for this card. The next card provides 1 clue icon and has a 2 mineral and 1 plant requirement to score the card. The player has already revealed 1 mineral and 1 plant, and on their face-up Sanctuary card they have a further mineral icon, so they meet this requirement and score a whopping 12 points. The last card in this example does not provide any icons and requires 1 mineral and 1 plant to score, which we know the player already has revealed. This will score 2 points for every city card and desert card, which will score the player 2 points for this card and 2 points for this card, and also this Sanctuary card because it represents a desert card, for a total of 6 points. We would continue to score all 8 cards, but in this example we are only using 4. So lastly, we look at any Sanctuary cards that have a scoring part, and this card does, scoring 2 points. That's 1 for every clue icon visible. And there you have it. That is how you play Faraway. Wow, this game messed with my head the first time I played it. You were playing cards, but after 8 turns, flipping them all over and then revealing them in reverse order. Everything I put out was revealing completely out of sequence, and I was scoring hardly any cards because the minerals, animals and plants I needed had not yet been revealed. Needless to say, I lost that game quite badly, but on the second play it began to click with me, and then on the third I got it, and that was it. Down the rabbit hole I went. What a clever little game this is, and oh, it still hurts my brain, but in a good way. I realised my mistake for the first game, and that was that I missed that there was a scoring example on the back of the player card, and I just jumped into the game. Understanding the scoring and the way the game plays out at the end is key to your success. So you really want to make sure you understand how the cards interact and score with each other. And then you are in for a treat. This is a great little game that can play quite quickly. So you really do need to think and plan carefully to ensure you have the right icons in the right places in your row of cards so that they trigger the scoring in the most beneficial and effective way. This is a cracker of a game, and one I would highly recommend. That's 2 Fun with Boxes thumbs up for this one. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please do consider hitting the old like button, and really important, clicking that subscribe button too. That would be great for the channel and really help me to make it grow. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please take care and bye for now.